16 after 7. Do you have a favorite getaway holiday destination in South Africa? And do you tell others about it? Or do you want it a best kept secret because you don't want us all to flock there? And when you have friends or visitors from elsewhere around the world, where do you recommend they go visit? What are the must-see sites they cannot miss? Well, for anyone now arriving at OR Tambo International Airport, there is the recently launched Smart Tourism Visitor Information Center. It's an interactive paperless hub offering real-time information on South Africa's diverse tourism culture and heritage across all 9 provinces. And to tell us about that and the tourism sector in general, we're joined now by Minister of Tourism, Minister Patricia De Lille. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Bongani. It's a pleasure. And how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well, Minister. I'm hoping you are too. Listen, let's start with this new information center at OR Tambo. What is it going to do that we haven't had before?
Well, first of all, at OR Tambo, we have launched the visitor center there, and it's made it so easy for people to see what to do when they come and visit our country. We've gone paperless. People can see the pictures live in front of them. The various provinces are updating it with new information on a daily basis. And we're really encouraging our visitors to visit all 9 provinces by showcasing them what is available, especially in the less visited provinces, so that, we can all share the benefits of tourism. So that has been going very well. We had many visitors, both local and international, going there. And we're working together with the airports company also, to advertise and to showcase what is available in South Africa.
Minister, is there an online version of this information center, or at least what it can tell travelers? Can I access it on my phone? Why do I have to go all the way to the airport to access it?
No, you can access it through your phone. I must just get the details, but I know it is available. And, all the provinces, just last week, I had a meeting with all the MECs, and every single province have got applications. I know for Gauteng, there's an app where you can see, what to do, those people who are staying in Gauteng for the holidays. The same with the Western Cape. KZN has also got a beautiful app. So it's all available online.
So would all these apps not be better, placed under one general SA tourism application that would then have portals to the different provinces?
Now you're going into a field that's not my expertise, but
no, it just feels to me, if I wanted to find out about South Africa, that's what I'd want. Because I might not know all the provinces to begin with.
Exactly, because we want people to carry South Africa in their pockets on their phone, and certainly SA tourism does play a role, because SA tourism, we always partner with the private sector establishments to make affordable deals available, especially for our domestic tourism. So yes, there is a process, and I know SAT by the first quarter next year, they will launch that app that's going to pull everything together at the press of a button where you can have access to information.
Yeah. Minister, one of the issues that has arisen are these travel advisory warnings. One of our listeners said, I must ask you this question. We've seen one now from the US, Canada, China, warning citizens about travel in South Africa. They've particularly marked Cape Town as an area of concern as you exit the Cape Town International Airport. This morning, of course, we're running a story about a mother and son who've become the latest victims of a smash and grab incident on that very N2 highway. How are you dealing with assuring not only international visitors, but South Africans themselves are safe when they travel around the country?
Bongani, of course, we regret the attack on any visitor, local or international. And we noted that Canada has updated their travel advisory. And, sometimes it is normal that embassies do that. But Cabinet has just endorsed the Tourism Growth Partnership Plan, which amongst the 5 pillars has got safety and security. I did have a conversation last week with Mayor Jordan Lewis about that stretch and, the 2 turn-offs as you come from the airport. And the city of Cape Town has stepped up. But, it's like you have to almost monitor every inch of that road coming from the airport. Even airport staff have been attacked, after 10 o'clock when they come back home. And so what we have done is that the Department of Tourism, we made available about 202 tourism monitors to the Border Management Authority, but they are being deployed at various ports of entry. Last week we deployed 40 at OR Tambo. So safety is a concern for all of us.
Why not talk to the Minister of Police or the National Commissioner and have more officers and visibility and patrols on that stretch of the highway?
I agree with you. We had in Johannesburg last week a tourism safety forum, and the composition of that include the police, the NPA, all the MECs, cities, and we do have a plan, especially for the festive season when we expect an increase of visitors, because the mandate is first and foremost with the police, to keep all our own citizens and our visitors safe. And as you know, that the police themselves, we don't have specific police that look after tourists, and that's not what we want. We want a safe South Africa, because these travel advisories that goes out, tells us as South Africans that we have to do more about crime in our country that's even affecting local South Africans.
Sure. All I was saying is that there's a stretch of road that's been identified. Even foreign countries know where their nationals are likely to be attacked. Of course, I think the criminals don't care very much where you're from. They just want what's in your vehicle. And if that's the kind of thing that could affect our tourism numbers, it feels to me what makes sense would be making sure that there are additional patrols. But perhaps I fully appreciate, Minister, by the way, you're not the one who deploys police officers, but it feels to me that's the kind of conversation we ought to be having. Let's move on to another matter. Where are we?
Can I just say that 2 years ago we did engage with Google, to take the shortcut routes out of the routes coming from Cape Town Airport. But now we are back whereby it's, these attacks are on the highway as you get off the highway. But I agree with you 100%, Bongani, that, we're trying our best. We have got a plan, and we're also asking, tourism is everyone's business. And we are all responsible for creating a welcoming environment to our guests.
All right, Minister, let's move on. Where are we? I think the last time you and I spoke, it was about this. Where are we now on the SA Tourism Board matter and the suspended CEO?
Well, it's all work in progress. We have called for nominations for the new board. The nominations closed, I think, on the 5th of this. Yes, it did close on the 5th of December. We are now in the process of doing due diligence on the applications, and then early in the new year we will start processing that. The board, the interim board, is dealing with the matter of the CEO. And I have allowed them that space so that they can consider everything. The new chairperson of the board has really done wonders and has worked very hard with the other board members. I hope also that we will have a resolution on that very soon in the new year, Bongani.
The DA has filed for a PIA application They've roped in, or at least the public protector is also being roped in. What's your response to those moves?
Well, it's certainly their right, to go to the public protector, to go for a prior application. And my last information was that when the department received the prior application, they had to go back and said, look, when you submit a prior application, you must fully comply, including paying the fee for that. So I know it's under consideration by the Department of Tourism, the prior application.
Right. I mean, I suppose one thing that could make it all easy is to make available all of the information that led to this, the record of decision, if you will. Why not simply provide that?
It's all before the courts currently as we speak. And there was an application, an urgent application by the dissolved board, and that was dismissed with cost, the urgency of the application. But the review is still pending before the courts, and papers have been filed, answering affidavits have been filed. So it is a matter that is before our courts now, Bongani.
But so the DA specifically wants that forensic report into the CEO. They want to know the legal advice that was relied upon to dissolve the board, and they want to know your comms between yourself and the board and management, and of course any comms from the Auditor General relating to some of these issues. Is that information you can give?
Bongani, you will recall that on the 2nd of September, I appeared before the Portfolio Committee of Parliament for 6 hours. And in front of the dissolved board that were also there, I shared a lot of information with the Portfolio Committee. And even afterwards, the Portfolio Committee came to a decision that they don't have the powers to instruct the minister to reinstate the board, and that we must follow other channels available. And that's where we are. These things are all are being investigated. It's before the court, like I said. And members of parliament ask me questions all the time. Right. And I respond to them. So they also have that avenue open to ask questions to the minister, which I always fully comply with.
Minister,
Bongani.
Where will you be traveling to this holiday? Where's your favorite destination?
Unfortunately, not now. Only in next year I will be traveling. But, I'm not leaving our beautiful country. We've got the most beautiful country in the world.
Yeah, where are you spending Christmas, though?
No, a Christmas just with the family, you
Where?
know. I see at home in Cape Town.
I put you on the spot. Minister, I hope you have a fantastic holiday season.
Let's hope you, Bongani. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, let's hope sense will prevail and that we'll do our best to protect all citizens and residents and visitors of the country. Appreciate your time. Patricia De Lille there, the Minister of Tourism.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions,
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.